Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first trip to the channel, welcome, and hope that you can get something from this. If you have a toy hauler, you can see here in the video that there's a gas cap here. If you have a toy hauler RV, such as we do, and I apologize for the noise, we're running the generator right now, but as you can see, we have our Momentum toy hauler, and these are the gas tank fittings for the fuel cells that are hung up underneath the garage. This front one here is for the generator. This back one here is for the toys, or with this pump for refilling the generator or the toys, either one if you need to. If you've got one of these toy haulers, you know what a pain in the neck it is to drag a 45-foot RV behind a 22 or 23-foot truck into a gas station to get fuel in it. We can go into the truck lanes at a truck stop and fill up our diesel trucks, but it is very difficult to get these 45-foot RVs into a gas station to get these gas tanks filled up. Now, the first time I filled him up at Buc-ee's. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, look it up. It's huge. It's in the southeast. They're growing. They have 100+ fuel pumps in some of their locations. It is a huge C-store. But anyway, their lanes are big enough. With proper work, you can get your rig into them to fill them up, but it is tricky. And I filled up both my tanks. These are both 30-gallon tanks, and I filled them up that way. But I didn't want to try to do that. We're running our generator while we're here at storage. I don't want to take it out, whatever. I wanted to make sure my fuel tanks were full. And when I turn on my gauge here, my gauge for my generator tank was not all the way up. So I just got finished filling it up. I came up with a way to do it. With the gas can getting into these things, you can see how little amount of drop there is from here down to here. So getting a gas tank on this thing, if this were at a better angle like this instead of like this, you could put a gas can spout into it and fill it up without too much problem. Unfortunately, this is what you get, and this is what you get in a lot of cars these days too. So I devised a method of filling this up. It's probably not EPA approved, but that's okay. For an emergency situation, this works. I've got my gas cap open. As you can see, we have the unleaded fuel door down in there. You have to keep that. That's part of your thing. I took a 1/2-inch piece of PVC pipe. I took a 1/2 to 3/4 adapter here, sleeve, just a sleeve, slips over the 1/2-inch, and a 3/4 slips over it. I put a 3/4 to 3/4 45-degree elbow there, and then 3/4-inch pipe here. I take the 1/2-inch, I insert it into the gas tank. It lodges against this, and I bought 2-foot links at Lowe's for this, and I cut them in half so that I've got about 1 foot of each direction. Now that takes this pipe here down, I would guess down to about here on this filler neck. I'm not sure exactly how far down it goes. But then I take my orange funnel and I stick it in up here. And this is actually fairly snug up against the body of the camper. And then I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Now this 5-gallon can right now, and this filled the outside, it's empty, so I can do this. I can hold this one-handed and do this, but you take this like this, you get it in, granted holding the can with both hands, and you can fill this up with ease. You're away from the edge of the RV so that you've got room to work. You're at an angle that lets you work, and you're high enough to work. It's a perfect setup to fill these tanks without pulling in to a filling station. And when you get done, you pull your funnel out, lay it back into your filling hose area. You pull your 1/2-inch, 3/4-inch section out, you throw it in here. I've got 2 funnels in here right now. I probably only need 1, but you put your gas cap back on and you're ready to go. Just close it down and lock it up, and you're done, and you have not had to fight the traffic. You've not had to wiggle this big old huge long rig into a gas station just to fill up the gas tanks for your toy hauler and your generator. So I find this a win. I'm going to take this funnel home with me, but this to me is a win-win because I definitely am not having to fight with the fuel station right now to fill up 10 or 15, 5 or 10 gallons of fuel. Like I said, I don't know how much our generator is used, and we've been running it quite a bit when we've been out here at our storage, working on this thing, doing upgrades to it that we feel are making it uniquely ours, as it were. And so, yeah, this is what we're doing right now. We've got the slides open. Julie's inside doing some things to it, adding some little touches to it that we wanted to add. And I'll just throw the gas can back in the bed of the truck here, and I'm good to go. As you can see, I've got it hooked up. I pulled it out of the storage and moved it over some because our space here, as you can see here, and I had to borrow a battery from my truck to start the generator with. The battery in this thing, even with it plugged into AC out here, for some reason it did not keep the battery charged. So I've got to do some research on that. But we had to take a battery out of my truck and jump start the rig. I had to hook it up to where I could even get my landing gear to go up and down. But nonetheless, as you can see, I've got the rig over my white line of my parking space here, and we just had to pull it out. We're so close on the other side over here, with this being an 11-foot wide space, we can't open the slides. So since there's nobody occupying the space beside us right now, we're able to pull it out, move it over, do our work, and then before we leave, we'll just pull it forward, back it back into our spot, and we'll be done. So that's the way that's going to work for now. But at any rate, just a quick video to show you how we were able to, if you got a battery, this is a pain taking the battery out of your vehicle to jumpstart your rig. I'm probably going to put a battery minder on it, which just stays plugged in and will keep the battery charged for sure. I may put a solar on the tongue, I'm not sure yet, but where we're parked in a covered parking space, the solar really won't do us a whole lot of good, so I may have to use an electric battery minder on it until we can get some lithium batteries and get it set up nice. And as you can see here, I'm right in here, I've got my AC cord reel that I mounted right in there next to the generator. It works really well there. Lets us wind up our AC cord, our 50 amp cord, really nice. But just a quick video, as I was saying, to show you how I found a way to put fuel, to put gasoline in the tanks on a toy hauler without having to wiggle the rig into a small gas station and do everything I can to try to not take out the gas station or the side of my rig. I see too many people cut it wrong and take out the rig and mess them up. So I found a way around that. Thank you for watching. If this helped you, give us a thumbs up. If you've got any information you'd like to share with us, any different ideas, please post them in the comments below. And like this, share it. If you've not subscribed to us, please subscribe now. Hit the bell so that you'll get further updates, and let everybody else know that you think could use this information. And thank you again. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.